Well, joining with me is Congress MP Karti Chidambaram. Sir, yesterday it was Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman who held a press conference after the budget presentation. She said that if she has not named any state, that doesn't mean that the policies and the funds that have been allocated to different policies will not go to those states.
No, we will see what is the allocation, whether it's been egalitarian allocation or whether it's been a partisan allocation. Because I know their political compulsions, they are dependent on the support of the TDP and the JDU. Naturally, they had to pander to their request. But see, they have to treat all states equally. They can't have favorites and they cannot have states which they don't favor. So we'll have to, that's what we've been highlighting. But most importantly, they have announced some grand schemes. But what happened to the grand schemes of the past? They have announced the 100 smart cities in the past. What is the status of those 100 smart cities? They have not given any relief to those who are not able to pay back student loans. They could have easily written off all the student loans, not a very large amount. Well, they can give so much sops to the corporates. They could have easily written off the student loans. They have cut the allocation from Manrega. A lot of people depend on Manrega for the daily livelihood, and they have cut the allocation from Manrega. And thirdly, on this indexation, if you now what is happening is you'll have to pay tax on the entire value of the property, not adjusted to inflation. Which is actually what is going to happen is people who inherit property from their parents or grandparents, and then because they have multiple siblings and they have to sell the property, will pay a higher tax. So this is an indirect inheritance tax which they made a lot of noise about in the past. Now they've actually brought about an indirect inheritance tax.
So lastly, are you happy about the fact that your party is also mentioning that some of the features or points that have been taken from your manifesto?
The greatest form of flattery is imitation. So I accept it. So if they have taken the aspects of our manifesto, I accept it. In fact, they should take our entire manifesto and implement
Nothing
it.
for your state, sir?
No, I'm sure there is allocation. We'll have to look at the details. But most importantly, what I want to see is what they allocated in the past. Has it been implemented or not? You see, every year they announce grand schemes. So I want to know what happened to the grand schemes of the past. I am doing my research. I will come back and I will comment about the schemes which this same very same finance minister has announced for the state of Tamil Nadu over the last 7 years. And what is the status of that implementation? See, announcing a scheme is not important. It's implementing the scheme. They announce things every year. But do they implement it is what we have to
Lastly, sir, do you think that it's fair enough for the chief ministers like MK Stalin and other Congress rule chief state chief ministers that they're boycotting the Niti Aayog meetings?
Yeah, they are, because if they feel completely let down by the allocation of funds, and that's the democratic way for the chief ministers to express the displeasure.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That was Karti Chidambaram speaking to NDTV.